Welcome to the Jamaica Homes Real Estate Podcast, where we bring you honest conversations about property, investment, and the realities behind the dream. In this episode, we explore a growing trend, the surge of interest from UK and US citizens investing in overseas housing developments, especially across the Caribbean, Latin America, and Africa. With glossy marketing brochures, polished virtual tours, and tempting promises of guaranteed returns, it's easy to see why so many are drawn in. But here's the truth. Not all housing developments are created equal. Before you sign anything or send a single cent, take a moment to pause and get the right advice. Not just from anyone, but from someone who truly understands both real estate and construction. Someone who can look past the marketing and see the foundations, literally and figuratively, of what you're investing in. We'll talk about the illusion of perfect developments, the hidden risks behind the scenes, and why having the right realtor, one who understands your background and your interests, could save you from heartache later. This isn't just about buying property, it's about protecting your peace of mind and your financial future. Join us as we unpack what every overseas investor should know before taking the leap, and why partnering with people who share your standards and understand where you come from makes all the difference. Because when it comes to real estate abroad, wisdom beats excitement every time. The illusion of perfect developments. Developers know how to sell the dream. You'll see artists' impressions of beachfront villas, infinity pools, mountain view condos, the stuff of postcards. But here's a hard truth. An artist's impression is not a guarantee. Some developments are sold before titles are secured, permits approved, or even before proper financing is in place. And even after construction starts, delays, cost overruns, or poor quality materials can drastically change the final product. You might think, that won't happen to me. The company seems legit. But it can, and it does. When promised infrastructure like roads or sewage never materializes, the glossy marketing fades quickly. And if you're overseas, legal protections can be weaker or harder to enforce. The hidden risks behind the scenes. What's ownership in one country might be something else entirely in another. Leasehold versus freehold, co-op versus trust, company-held property. Each of these has tax and legal implications, and if you're not careful, you may not own what you think you own. Due diligence can be harder overseas. Land records may be difficult to access or verify, and developers might not even legally own the land they're building on. Without independent inspections, escrow accounts, and clearly defined payment milestones, your money can be at risk before a single brick is laid. Why you need more than a realtor? You need the right one. Any realtor can show you a villa, but a great one protects you from a bad deal. You want someone who not only understands the local market, but also the construction process. Someone who can spot red flags in a blueprint or question why soil testing hasn't been done. A realtor who understands how things work in the UK or US can translate what's normal and what's not on the ground abroad. They act not just as your guide, but as your guardrail. The power of independent advice. Hire your own lawyer, not the one the developer recommends. Your lawyer should verify titles, confirm approvals, read every clause, and protect your interests, not the developers. Also, get a proper building inspection. Even new builds can hide major flaws. It's your investment. Treat it with the scrutiny it deserves. Common red flags to watch out for. Vague completion dates, high-pressure sales tactics, guaranteed, returns, no site access or progress reports, unclear or overly complex ownership structures, developments in early or speculative phases. If something doesn't feel right, walk away. There will always be another opportunity. Why cultural understanding matters. Real estate is not just about money, it's about trust. Different countries operate differently. What's a minor delay in one country could be a major red flag in another. Working with someone who shares your mindset, standards, and sense of accountability can be the difference between a dream home and a disaster. Final thoughts. The world is full of exciting investment opportunities, but not all that glitters is gold. UK and US citizens looking overseas need to lead with wisdom, not just hope. Ask questions, demand transparency, work with professionals who understand both the business and the building side of real estate. Because when the dust settles and the brochures fade, what matters most is whether your investment stands strong, both in structure and in spirit.